What if we told you that fear isn't something you're born with, but something you can be taught? That's exactly what two psychologists, John Watson and Rosalie Rayner, set out to prove in one of the most controversial studies in psychology, the Little Albert experiment. In this video, we'll look at the background, the aims, what they actually did to poor little Albert, and what it tells us about how fears are learned. Plus, we'll evaluate the study's methods and ethics, because yes, there's a lot to talk about there. In the early 1900s, John Watson was a leading figure in behaviorism, the idea that all behavior is learned through interaction with the environment. The aim of Watson and Rayner's study was to see whether a fear response could be classically conditioned in a human child. Specifically, they wanted to see if they could make a baby afraid of something he wasn't originally scared of, by pairing it with something frightening. The study was carried out in 1920 on a 9-month-old baby named Little Albert at Johns Hopkins University. Step 1. Testing natural reactions. Albert was shown a variety of stimuli, like a white rat, a rabbit, a dog, and some masks. He showed no fear. Step 2. Introducing fear. Then they made a loud noise by striking a steel bar behind Albert's head whenever he reached for the rat. Naturally, he got scared and cried. Step 3. Conditioning fear. After just a few pairings of the rat, neutral stimulus, and the loud noise, unconditioned stimulus, Albert began to cry just at the sight of the rat, now a conditioned stimulus. Albert had learned to fear the rat. His fear generalized. He became scared of similar white, furry objects like a rabbit, a dog, a fur coat, and even a Santa Claus mask. Watson and Rayner concluded that fears are not necessarily inborn. They can be learned through classical conditioning. They believed this could explain phobias in adults too. That traumatic experiences could condition irrational fears. It provided clear evidence for classical conditioning in humans. Laid the foundation for behavior therapy techniques like systematic desensitization. Lack of generalizability. Albert was just one child. We can't assume all humans would react the same. Lack of control. Some of the methods weren't strictly scientific by today's standards. Informed consent? Doubtful. Psychological harm? Definitely. Albert was deliberately made afraid, and he was never desensitized. They didn't reverse the fear. Right to withdraw? He was a baby. He couldn't say no. Confidentiality? For years, people speculated about who little Albert really was. Watson and Rayner's Little Albert study is one of psychology's most famous, and most controversial, experiments. It showed us how fears can be learned, but also raised serious questions about the ethics of experimenting on vulnerable people. So, what do you think? Should this experiment ever have been allowed? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more psychology made simple.